Hey everyone, welcome to my triumphant return to Degrassi content. So, I'm pretty sure that we all have some unpopular opinions when it comes to Degrassi. Mine is that JT is not that great and everyone only holds him in high regard because he passed. Now, obviously, I am not saying that he deserved it or that his passing wasn't a big deal. It definitely was because he's part of the OG crew. However, I am saying that he was kind of a shitty person. Did he have his good moments? Of course. Defending Paige against her attacker was awesome, even if he was way out of his depth in picking a fight with a psychopath. Being there for Liberty during her pregnancy, even though they weren't together, and him ultimately agreeing with Liberty that they were unfit parents, also awesome. And he definitely had some iconic and funny moments earlier on in the show.
Here comes the hurricane, bitch! Oh! Katrina!
We have Ashley and Craig here to sing I'll Spend Christmas With You. Maybe they won't be spending Christmas together. These fries are wiki whack. What they need is some stupid Superfly flavor. Hey, don't get off of my fries, dog.
If elected, I, JT Yorke, will do what a real politician would do. Absolutely nothing. And, like a true politician, I will accept bribes.
However, there were some key trash moments of his that particularly stuck out to me. The very first offense, bringing Molly to Ashley's party.
To see.
JT, what to see is the love drug, right? There's a whole room of girls down there needing some love.
What do you mean by that?
This was a pivotal moment in the first season that set the foundation for Ashley's future on the show. When she took that pill and ruined pretty much all of her relationships.
What I should have done is broken up with you on your birthday, like I was going to. Paige, you are a hag on two fronts, your looks and your personality.
The next day.
Jimmy doesn't want this stuff anymore, and don't call him.
Oh, thanks very much, Mr. Stanton.
It's Simpson.
Like the cartoon. That's priceless.
She was no longer the helmet-haired academic alpha bitch. Now she's edgy. She wears all black. She writes awful poetry.
We cling to one another, storm raging around. My head slips under the water. You can't hear me cry, so I let go. Drift away, leave your comfort behind, save us.
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
JT's recklessness was a huge part of Ashley's sudden personality change, and it is completely forgotten by the next day. What do JT and Emma have in common? Ditching their real friends to hang out with Paige and the gang.
Have a green tea frappe with me at the dock.
Gotta go sip a frap with Paige. Have fun in your hot tub.
What are people gonna think of me if Chris goes with Liberty next?
Hey, JT, over here.
Ciao. Anyway, so.
It was pretty clear that Toby, at least at one point, wanted to be seen as cool.
NASCAR is exciting. Third place in some geek contest? No.
The eating disorder to maintain his spot on Degrassi's wrestling team and the scheme to boost Jimmy's grades for an invitation to a rap show come to mind. But Toby was never cool enough for his best friend. While hanging with Paige and crew, JT completely left Toby and the chess club in the dust. The only time he finally allowed Toby to hang out with him and the cool kids was because Toby blackmailed him into it, threatening to reveal that JT was having wet dreams about a girl he was ashamed to be attracted to.
You had a wet dream? It was Liberty, wasn't it? What time do we meet the cool kids for lunch?
No, you're not having lunch with us, Kay.
Oh, yes, I am. Unless you want everyone to find out about your, sticky situation.
No surprise then that JT makes fun of him to prove to his new friends that Toby is indeed a loser.
I'm Toby Isaacs. I know everything.
It's just making an observation.
Really? Would you like to hear my observation, Toby? No one cares.
Toby is so lonely and in need of any sliver of friendship that he ends up befriending Rick Murray. Now, yes, I did side-eye Toby for becoming friends with Rick because I'm sure he knew the reason why everyone despised him. However, Toby's girlfriend was sucked into the Degrassi black hole, and he had no friends at this point. An open-minded Toby would come to see a different side of the soon-to-be school shooter. Rather than, hang out with Toby more so this wouldn't have even happened, JT clowns him for it instead.
I hope he just gets the hint and leaves. And you'll have to find a new gamer geek friend.
Even worse, after Rick is sent to the afterlife by Sean, JT continues to shun Toby even though he's grieving.
Hi.
Bye. I just got Draco's Quest 2 if you guys ever want to play.
I'm trying to cut down.
The only person who can convince JT to stop being a prick is Manny.
I'm alright. Better than a certain best friend of yours.
Ex-best friend.
Toby was always there for you. If you hadn't ditched him for Webster here, he would have never hooked up with Rick.
And you're lecturing me on ditching people.
Now I remember why we broke up. You just can't be the bigger man.
Mrs. Murray?
Later, when JT dabbles in drug dealing to support himself and Liberty as they deal with becoming teen parents, he attempts to bully Toby into giving him money.
To get the rent money, I had to do something bad. And now I need to undo it.
Okay, fine, but where am I supposed to get $1,200?
Don't you have bonds or something?
If I touch those bonds, my mom goes bananas.
Toby, I'm asking you nicely.
When Toby rightfully declines, JT says this.
See, this is why you have no friends.
Obviously, JT had fallen on hard times, but this is just another reminder that their friendship is grossly one-sided. JT only seemed to remember Toby when he needed help with one of his side quests. To add insult to injury, when JT goes to war with Mia's ex, Toby attempts to de-escalate.
I'm not gonna fight Lakehurst. You're being an idiot.
In response to this, JT calls him a coward.
You're being a coward. Some best friend.
And then Toby catches JT's ass whooping.
I brought us a little party favor, boys. E?
Let me see that.
Here you are, Mr. Dealer.
What do you care if I didn't eat?
Because you didn't. Ashley did. She said she got it from you.
We could have a launch party.
Yeah, too bad your apartment's so small.
If only I knew someone with a big living room and a big TV.
All right, fine. Just don't invite too many people. Handpicked invite list. Exclusive.
Chow. Anyway, so.
Look, Rick's my friend. I was just trying to save him from humiliation.
Yeah. Reject, where's your friend?
As if I'm gonna tell you.
Wiener, he asked you a question.
Will you tell JT we're gonna stomp his ass? Hey, Degrassi nerd.
What are you guys doing here?
Look, I'm so sorry.
You got the ass whooping. If it wasn't meant for you, give it to who it belongs to.
Then there's JT's tumultuous relationship with Liberty.
What are you doing?
Avoiding Liberty. I'm gay.
JT has a life. He's got a new girlfriend.
Really? You mean Liberty? Finally?
No.
Sucky baby, poor sport, Chris face.
Okay, newsflash. I don't want to go out with you.
I've stood her up. I've ignored her. I've been very rude to her. You take that back. I do too have friends. 10 textbooks, 1,000 stuffed animals.
Three Stooges Film Festival at the Royal tonight. My treat?
I'm not in the mood. This 3-year crush you've had on me, it's getting a little boring.
And there's my queen.
The dance?
JT! Do you want my tutoring help?
Yes, I do.
I want 1 ticket to paradise.
The dance?
No, that's a ripoff. You want me as a tutor? I want you as a date.
I have to go to this dance with Liberty. What about my dream, Paige? Maybe I could still ask her out.
You can't use Liberty to pass and then dump her and go with Paige.
The $1 million question, read the dance.
Do you want to help Liberty pick out an outfit? She's my date.
You know, for a second there, I thought you were gonna ask me.
A reminder from the dance committee.
Oh, Liberty can dish it out, but she can't take it, huh? You're boring. BORING.
You decide everything.
Grow up, JT.
Respect me, Liberty. Obsessing over Liberty would be like obsessing over lint or oatmeal.
Oh, and sometimes even my parents like me.
Do you prefer a chartreuse or fuchsia?
I mean, it's not even
I know, it's not a real date.
So stop trying to make me as miserable as you are. And then maybe we can make a decision together for once.
We did. Last summer, remember? We decided to use the king-size condom, the one that slipped off.
She's pretty handy with the old stick shift.
Enough about you and Liberty's sex life.
Keep private matters private. I'm pregnant.
After the baby turmoil ended, JT began dating one of the thirstiest girls on the show, Mia Jones.
You're PJJT. My kid loves you. Do you want to get something to eat? Never mind. It's past Bella's bedtime anyway.
Thing about oatmeal? You He meant Liberty. I'm sorry, Mia, but he still liked her.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
So, you're not seeing anyone?
Free as a bird.
We go to the park after school. Want to join us?
Mia, you're great, but I don't want to jump into anything until I've got my bearings around here, okay?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Sav, I'm freezing.
Let's go somewhere warmer then.
Are you fucking dumb?
Mia, I like you, but not like that. I like someone else.
They ask you how you are, you just have to
Is your kid?
No, it's hers.
I don't know.
Die kenne ich nicht.
I thought you could walk me home.
Actually, I was gonna go to the cross-country meeting.
Do you want to go to a movie or something?
Sure. No, I forgot. I threw a project with Riley.
Hey, do you want to have lunch together?
I was gonna eat with the guys.
I thought maybe we could have lunch, just us.
We can have lunch with other people. This baby is not my responsibility. Not my kid, not my problem.
So you're saying you could never take care of somebody else's child?
Search for stepdaddy continues, huh?
Once she mentioned that her daughter was a fan of his work on a children's show, JT immediately skipped school to audition for the show again.
Tell Mr. Perino that I caught bird flu. I got an audition to go to.
So JT, why do you want your job back? You literally just quit. Well, so I can get into this girl's pants. Oh, and respect or whatever.
Well then, prepare for respect.
As their relationship progressed at warp speed,
I trusted you with my daughter.
JT went out of his way to continue moving mountains for Mia, including suggesting a daycare at Degrassi, which Liberty shuts down immediately.
I think that there should be a daycare at Degrassi. I really think that's what the school needs.
This isn't about you trying to suck up to me.
No.
Why the fuck you lying?
Council will now hear new business.
I propose that Degrassi should have an on-site daycare.
Child. Anyway, so.
Next, what about building codes, JT? What about child height counters, facilities, a playground? This isn't practical for Degrassi, especially since the daycare wouldn't even open for 2 years.
Our community can benefit from this.
You mean your girlfriend can?
Then he tries to guilt trip her into changing her mind by insisting that she's jealous.
A Degrassi daycare could make life easier for students.
For one student.
The reason that you won't support a Degrassi daycare is purely selfish.
Granted, Liberty was definitely jealous, but JT's delusional determination over a girl he just met would have irritated me as well. Plus, she was actually really in the right. So it's pretty obvious that JT was not over Liberty and may have even been using Mia to avoid his feelings. This made it even more heartbreaking when JT learned that Liberty still loved him and he failed to respond to her.
I still love you.
Wow. Wow. I do.
He did the same thing when Mia asked him out. This guy shouldn't have been dating anyone. Where's Miss Sauvé when you need her? However, instead of immediately breaking things off with Mia because he obviously still had feelings for Liberty, he chased after her, which led to his uneventful passing. Only after the funeral did Mia learn JT was still in love with Liberty.
I'm sorry, Mia, but he still liked her.
So in the wake of his passing, not just one, but 2 women were scorned over him. And even though we give Mia a lot of shit for being an ass to Liberty after he passed...
What are you doing?
You're taking everything.
So, I was his girlfriend.
Not too much, though. Not too much.
Mia, you're not being reasonable.
JT Friday night, and I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him. You have no idea how difficult this is.
Excuse me? I think I do. I'm just as sad as you are.
You could have fooled me. You're a robot, Liberty. A walking, talking computer.
She's only going based off what JT is telling her, which is that he doesn't like his ex anymore, not realizing that constantly slandering your ex is a red flag.
He couldn't stand her.
It's not true.
You wanna know what he used to call her behind her back? Liberty 3000. He told me he hated her.
Funny, because I seem to remember him telling me the exact opposite.
Mia learned this lesson way too late. In conclusion, JT wasn't that great, and the only reason he's revered is because he perished. The end.
See? Darcy misses you.
Yeah, thanks. I'll open it later. Like maybe never.
Search for stepdaddy continues, huh?